yourself for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes. As there are a number of speakers, I'm going to ask you to please keep as close to 3 minutes as you can, or shorter. Donald Faulkner, please. Come up, identify yourself for the record. Donald Faulkner? Oh, there you go. I'm sorry. Good morning.
My name is Donald Faulkner. My address is 4940 West Monte Carlo Drive, Tucson, Arizona. I'm a resident of Paseo, Montana. My wife and I are opposed to granting the rezoning and substantial change which would negate the required 85-foot setback. We want the 85-foot setback enforced. My wife, along with 18 other lot owners in Paseo, Montana, have signed a petition that would keep the setback at 85 feet. The 19 lots are approximately 80% of the lots in Paseo, Montana. There will be 25 lots in that subdivision. My wife and I also object to the staff's recommendation to keep the residence as is, even making it more a single-family unit by saying it is okay to have separate utilities, including a septic system. Paseo, Montana has city underground sewer system. The staff also, which it cannot hook up. The staff also recommends covenants and restrictions to this residence. Paseo, Montana already has covenants and restrictions that Mr. Timmons has not adhered to. Why would you believe Mr. Timmons would adhere to additional covenants and restrictions, or anybody else for that matter, now or in the future? You are voting on a change that will not only impact the residents of Paseo, Montana, but will impact 3 icons that are within the notification area. Gates Pass Scenic Route, which Timmons' house is on, Saguaro National Park West, and the International Wildlife Museum. Thousands of people visit this area every year. This area is a national treasure. It's unique. It's only unique to here. This is visited by people from all over the world. People know the International Wildlife Museum. They know Saguaro West. The requirement for a couple of mesquite trees and Jehovah's Witnesses that would not, that's what they're recommending, the staff, or even Mr. Timmons, would not obscure the drawing from view. This is everyone's, we live on a hill and everybody can look down on this. We also find it ironic that Mr. Timmons lives on over an acre with his home extremely close to the street and in only one corner of this acre-plus lot. He could have and still can build his own or move the guest house to the back of his lot by this pool, thereby complying with the county and the CCNR rules. I find it, I don't have enough time, but he has testified in the past on certain occasions, and I have proof that his testimony was not in fact true. There's other testimony in your, I'm out of time. Thank you for your time.
Excuse me, sir. I have a question, Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Miller.
I have a question for you. You said that he has a septic system for this guest house. He's not hooked up to.
I'm sorry, I can't
You said that he had a septic system for this guest house?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
But the staff would approve a septic system instead of hooking up to the city sewer. The city sewer is almost where he built it, if you ever saw it, it's almost impossible to get any kind of stuff to it. It all has to be separate, which makes it a separate home.
I have a question for staff then. Is this going to require a septic hookup?
Chairman of the board, Supervisor Miller, if sewer is not available and he wanted to add a septic tank, he would have to meet all applicable requirements, but that wouldn't make it a separate dwelling unit. It still would be classified as a guest house.
But my understanding is if you're within so many feet of a sewer hookup, you have to hook up to it. Is this outside of that limit?
Mr. Chairman, Supervisor Miller, this issue was not raised, but if I recall, they are connected to sewer, and I believe the applicant certainly can address that.
Thank you, sir.
Mr.
Chairman,
Mr. Elias.
give him a chance to finish up his comments. He was interrupted several times. I'd like to hear what he had to say.
When was he interrupted?
He didn't get a chance to finish his comments because he interrupted himself, and then we had some questions from a member. I'd just like to have him come back and finish his statement.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Elias seems to have a problem with everything that I ask, and I will tell you this, it's getting a little tedious, and I think we need to have more order in these meetings. He's been carrying on conversations on the sideboard, and when people are talking, and it's very difficult to hear, and then I'm insulted every time I ask a question. And I think you need to have more order in the meetings. I would request that you do that. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, could I want my constituent finish his comment, please?
I'll give you 30 more seconds, but please,
I don't think there's a problem at all. I might take his
I
comment.
understand that, Mr. Elias, I have a big stack of speakers, and if I do it for one, I want to do it for every single one of them.
I just wanted to hear his comments.
Thank you. Mr. Timmons testified at a hearing on October 7th, 2010, that the electrical service box was already there, quote, was already there before construction started. Construction began in January 2010. He made an effort to discredit me at that hearing, volunteering that he did not put the electric service in. It was already there. By Exhibit 2 from Mr., which you have by Mr. Timmons' attorney, it shows that Mr. Timmons petitioned TEB for separate electrical service on March 9th, after the construction began. Also on June 9th, an aerial photo, Exhibit 7.
Mr. Faulkner, I'm giving you an additional 30 seconds, if you could please summarize. Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
I'm going to call on Mr. Michael Addis. Please come up, identify yourself for the record, you have 3 minutes.